Hey, how's it going, guys? The Guitar Gamer here with another lap guide for you this week. We are going to be at Phoenix in the truck. So, first of all, the setup, which I can't show you because I'm in replay, is 14 to 1, 0, and the brake bias is 57. And we're going to start out from the pits here. So I feel like a lot of times you see these laps and you don't really get the whole look at it. So I'm going to show it to you from the time I leave the pits all the way through. So obviously turn one here really doesn't, one and two doesn't really matter. I just keep it in third. Get up to fourth on the back straight. So going in for the build up here in 3 and 4, I'm using these two cones here. It's going to be my braking reference for 3 and 4 on the build up and the lap. But on the build up, I'm gonna brake about so you've got this little these white marks here. So this first, second, third is where I start braking at. So we're gonna brake up to about 50%. We're gonna shift down to third. And then this right here, this black banner here is gonna be my throttle reference. So remember we shifted down to third and we're going to the line here. So we're gonna, as soon as I get the truck straightened out and you can see the start finish line here, I'm gonna start cutting in. You're gonna bring it really close to this wall here. I probably could have went a little closer, but I feel like as long as you're within 5 feet of it, I think you're okay. And then passing this blue line here, I'm gonna start getting back up on the track. This cone is going to be my braking reference for 1 and 2, and it's going to be a little after it, I believe. Yeah, so you're going to pass it, and then about a car length after you pass it, we're going to brake up to about 35, 40%. We're going to trail it down to 10. We're going to trail it down to 10 about the time we hit this black banner here. You're going to be down to 10. And then as soon as you come out of that, about halfway between this banner and this one, you're going to start on the throttle. And then once I pass this O'Reilly banner right here, I'm going to be full throttle. Okay. And as far as the line goes, I actually choose to go a little wide here because I feel like you don't lose a lot of time. And that's the main reason that I really pushed it on entry. That's the reason I went, past this initial cone here, or this last cone, because I really want to push entry hard, which is going to take me wide. And when you get to this O'Reilly sign, this black line's going to be splitting the truck basically right down the middle. So we're at 100% on the throttle. I'm going to start bringing it down to this yellow. And you're going to meet the yellow well, a little before that actually. You're going to meet the yellow at about this, right past this Shriners banner. So you're going to meet the yellow. You're still full throttle the whole time. You are going to be pretty loose here. This is right on the edge. I mean, you can see here. I mean, I've really got this thing I've really got it yawed out here. I mean, you can see just how much you see where the front tire's at, and you can see the rears. I mean, I've really got the rear end kicked around on this, which is what allowed me to get a really, really good time on it. So, I mean, you're going to be right on the edge, and you can see in the steering, you can see I'm balancing the truck out here. You can see just how much counter steer. So full throttle. Oh, wow. I really just did that. So I apologize. So yeah, full throttle. And when you pass this Craftsman sign, you're going to start to drift up to the wall. So 3 and 4 this time, I'm going to actually use these 2 cones to brake. So as soon as I pass the 2 cones is when I start my initial braking. Now there's a big difference. There's a distinction between initial brake pressure, or your initial braking, and your peak brake pressure. The peak brake pressure. This is my marker for the initial brake. So you can see I'm not going to hit my peak pressure until I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, about this fifth marker here before this O'Reilly's banner. And we're going to peak at about 30%. Okay, so by the time you get to the turn 3 marker, I'm going to be down to about 13. And then when I pass this black banner here, I'm going to be down to 10. And then I'm going to be completely trailed out of the brakes at the beginning of this auto parts wording here. And let's see how many that is going to be. So you've got 1 O'Reilly's banner here. So the first auto parts, the second auto parts, and then just as I pass that, I'm out of the brakes. You can still see here I'm right at the end of this lettering, and I'm going full throttle. It's going to come up to the wall. You can see there I really had to fight to keep it off the wall there. Watch the steering. So we're right on the wall, and that's going to bring it to the line at a 27.061. So that was a good 10th faster than the fastest guy in this lobby. And there was a couple of guys in here that were like 3,500 iRating, so there were some good drivers. So you really have to really just pushing it on this lap, especially in 1 and 2. I mean, I really pushed the braking going into 1 and 2. I think I started out braking like right here, and then you can see I ended up braking right here, so that's a good 2 car lengths past. So now we're going to go ahead and let the whole thing play out. And there you have it, guys. That's a 27.061. One more thing I wanted to say here. Coming out of 3 and 4, you're really, I mean, right now I'm at full throttle. Most people when they're at this track, I mean, they're probably getting on the throttle like in here. You can get on the throttle way earlier than you think here. I mean, if you saw this right now, you'd think there's no way I'm going to make this exit, but with the cool track temps for this week, I mean, you can really push it. It's really quick. Same thing with 1 and 2. I mean, you can really push it on the throttle. It's gonna feel like you're gonna get sideways. It's gonna feel like you're gonna spin around, but if you just have just that subtle counter steer, you can really push the limit on getting on throttle. So if that helps, just leave a quick like and subscribe if you can. It goes a long ways, and you guys have a great day.